the TV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one for tomorrow. Now we go make salute.
From Winning Glanville Studio, good morning and welcome to the first edition of the program Good Morning Salon for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Today on Monday, February 19, 2024, we will bring this edition of the program Good Morning Salon come to you.
And Musa Kamara Namayunim, inside today's edition of the program, according to Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jallo, for reduce the way people die on a 5-year government create special budget for fight against malnutrition in the country. The Executive Director for Native Consortium and Research Center, Edmond Abu, don't call on the President Bill for not for grief for make the China Railway 7th Group Company begin implementing the new toll gate price for Mutkadem, as he say that will continue for make Tintranga for people them. Today inside the program, Radio Democracy go talk to the Director of Defense, Public Relations and Information, Minister of Defense, Colonel Isa Bangura. We go talk about the Armed Forces Day celebration, way up on February 18 this year.
Well, this is another story inside the program. Plus, we go talk to the Ombudsman, Tijan Ahmed Israel Jah. We go talk about the role of the Ombudsman on how they investigate complaint. Members say they listen to live on www.radiodemocracy.sl and self they listen to live from Radio Shalom 89.5 na Koinadugu and Falaba District. Same way so on Radio Malen 88.5 and Radio 1J 11.3 na Pujong District, Radio Kolenten 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kailaun, Vopa Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sandona Kono District, Voice of Nakamwe on 88.0. The program they listen to now Good Morning Salon. You self get the opportunity for be part of the program by way how you can send a text message to the number 077.
Implementation of local content plan don't go up from 7% in 2018 to 70% in 2024. You explain more to Usman Kamara said in Saturday. Usa it begin for talk about one award with a win.
February 8th to be specific. I've been in Mauritius, where I received from the African Governance Conference an award. Receive an award for the most outstanding local content agency across Africa. So I believe this award not only about myself or my institution, but it's about the government and people of Sierra Leone. In 2017 manifesto for the SLPP government, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, then candidates, they talk say, as long yeah, we do get local contents, now we lost, but the implementation is weak. So if the people then elect time, you're going to ensure say local content implementation happen to the fullest. So with me being the DG appointed by His Excellency, I think nine vision, nine me they run with, and that they have been done to do we take we to this point. I don't win a lot of award then at this country in Sierra Leone, but getting this from the whole of Africa, I think is a big deal.
Most time we then can organize award, it must get criteria and think the way that they look at for this award, which basically then look at for ladies salon local content agency gets some kind of award here.
Absolutely. Local content we work now for ensure so we look into the basic socio-economic development issues in the country. How do we care about our local entrepreneurs? How will they make sure say we put Sierra Leoneans, indigenous them first in making sure employment creation happen, in making sure they award them contract, in making sure we make economy, local content economy, plug with Sierra Leonean indigenous in the supply chain, not only foreigners and no more for they get all the big contracts, but Sierra Leoneans also can do it in making sure we regulate the space. When companies are here for their establishment, then go with the local content plan as required by law. Through that plan, we monitor them, making sure Sierra Leoneans then the 50% within Sierra Leone for serving at the management level where decisions are made. We make sure that when they happen. So with all of that together, I believe they then look into and say, well, our agency. And bear in mind, 2 years ago, we hosted in this country the first ever Mano River Union Local Content Regional Conference, where we bring Ivory Coast, Guinea, and Liberia for kind of look into local content regulations and promotions. One of the speakers from Nigeria say, even though they don't get local content for the longest, but they must say, what in the non-see now with website, what in the non-see what they do. We in Salonia, they at far advanced stage in ensuring compliance with local content laws. So I believe so with all of those things, all of those accolades, then get we to Saudi today for win this outstanding award as the best local content in the whole of Africa.
All right, sometime back, the media we are saying, name and shame close to 16 company them we not been submit them plan. Our implementation don't tell in terms of submitting local content plan to the agency.
Absolutely. We always say one thing. As much as we are regulator, we also want to see we role as facilitators. Name and shame is always the last resort for we, but it definitely that one day yield dividend. That was precisely last year, March. So please for inform you through this media say, because of that name and shame, we did not relent. Out of that 16, now we only get barely 5 remaining for full compliance. So what does that mean? 11 don't fully comply, they don't submit their plan as required by law. Now we don't know their operations. As opposed to if we been just sit down no more, we follow hand, that only did happen. Then the reason that I make, when we come in 2018, local content implementation at this country was just at a mere 7%. Trust me, right now, we are at 78%. That is huge. We are not there yet for getting 100% because regulating space is not easy, but we're very much hopeful. And I believe, say, all of them reasons they are make today, we're proud for Salon with the award from the African Governance Conference and Award for say we are the most outstanding local content across Africa. When I was at this conference, among the 3 selected speakers for Go Talk on good governance, the dividends or don't gain on good governance, and how will recommendations for reverse some of the coup d'etat and way they happen at a rampant. I was one of the speakers talk on good governance issues in Africa. Myself and the Minister for Industry in Ethiopia and the Minister for Economic Development in Burundi. So that in itself means everything to Sierra Leone, because I use that opportunity for not only talk about what in local content they're about, but also about the gains which Sierra Leone don't make.
Meldana, the Director General for the Local Content Agency, Fudi Dabo, been talk to Usman Kamara in the interview for seeking the implementation of local content plan. We, according to them, they don't move from 7% inside 2018 to 78% inside 2024. The program na Good Morning Salon, we come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM.
Well, inside the program, we consider for local issues them. The network movements for youth and children's welfare with support from Global Green Grants Fund over the weekend don't engage with farmer them, chief and other stakeholder them. Now the Western Rural District with the theme empowering rural women disabled advocacy doubling. And this organization now one where they inform for complement government effort through the Western World District Council for help mitigate the fragile ecosystem climate change in the country. Where this, according to the Deputy Chairman, I would see Robert Alpheus Brown say, council long get environmental decks. We go there for address the challenge where people they get for do the agricultural work. When we report Akaifa to Conte get more and go now report.
Overpopulation now one of the cause them of climate change. As plenty term, people like you want for bill, do garden work, farming and other activity them. And this they affect the environment and activities of other people them. And especially the rates of urbanization. Women say Plenty people want live in the urban area them. Don't affect agriculture in the western rural districts. And one of them place here na grafting community.
From the one local itself, I don't occupy that ground. There is CC that they make with that. That they even the begin there. They are getting from begin there almost. And that's one. So the ground belong to the local, they grab that land, they push me for us. Now they are the swamp. The swamp again, they say me for money. Who said me for Bona? Last year by October, they give me the garden, they hold me, they put on the road, the plants now we can come by. About 150. They put on all the to and they beat me and say we not for plants, we not for days. Right now, I'm giving out from 1990 to 91. Now became plants inside that one. Right now, not get peace. Even this year, I said the plants were plants. I use plants by transfer by God in power. Now, we say we don't understand so that craft the swamp and I don't they don't sell us. No swamp not there and they for agriculture business.
That's now one of the affected women. We according to them for long term. Also in the farm, people they can brush day and build holes. This now the situation in the case of plenty people at the Freetown Peninsula at this time, where feed salon are the top priority of government. Anything where they affect agriculture are concern, we make the network movement for youth and children's welfare. Go work at this place for see how they solve this problem. For make women able for do their garden work, for take care of them family and themselves. And support government agenda when at the feed salon. Ajiba, now the coordinator for the network movements for youth and children's welfare, say this network go there for support government agenda when at the feed salon.
The main aim of the project is to complement government efforts through local council, western area, who are district council, to help mitigate the fragile ecosystem and the conflict. So not only, so basically, local council, the government will complement to what see, and if you watch before the dance, this some of the things that we don't happen the way but I'm going to explain to you in terms of communities there. People are not complain to me, we're going to go to communities about violence against them, land grabbing, they put in wetland area. The issue of security threats, we get testimony of people with police, we invite the LGC, where we say representation. We police go arrest. We have to work with the council for access the wetland there, for see how they and what are the challenges there. And also we want to bring together community stakeholders there for see how we will help to popularize a document for plenty of people to see it. A part document where they call the National Adaptation Plan on the environment.
Where in the talk, the president for the 50-50 group, Professor Fredlin Mokmok-Hale, say na women and more they suffer from climate change in the country.
We don't say woman them. Climate change they really affect the woman them. When we talk about agriculture, now the main people we keep farm. Now the man them or the woman them? Now the woman them. Where the price can go up, where we gonna market, we go buy fish, we go buy plazas. What do they feel them? Now the woman them. When I get pulled up money, you man go give you small money. You don't know how the price are at the market. Now you therefore see how to manage that little way don't give you. So definitely we don't say climate change as something where they affect we.
For second challenge where people don't face na the Western Rural District Council, make the Deputy Chairman of the Western Area Rural District Council, Robert Alpheus Brown say, Council go set up an environmental desk where go therefore address the challenge where people they get for do the agriculture work.
Council, so today, for make we join land, we need body together for make we meet up. We get now a special desk where we don't have we don't do advertisements for, we don't ask for make we get, we don't send out and we ask people for apply because we want to get an environmental desk na council. We get an environmental desk, when the environmental officer will help, then we get the assistance so that we will watch into some of these issues because we know say the cry of the poor people is too much. And if swamp land them, now we environment them, we will lose them slowly. So because of that, we don't create a special office for that. Council in turn, don't ask the heads them, the 121 heads, for make them come up with all the swamp land we get in these kids, so that we will bring down most of them pillars here where we put in.
Robert Alpheus Brown end up assure say, then as council, go work for CC and tap people, where they build host na swamp community them. Also, people they do the agricultural work for the Society for Ready Democracy. Mina Karifa to contest the report.
The program now Good Morning Saloon with the country from 98.1 FM. And as earlier, we introduced in one part with headline stories them today. We talk to the Ombudsman for talk about the work of the Ombudsman and the latest case there now we the Ombudsman office they look at for Sekadat. I want to welcome now the studio Tijan Ahmed Israel Ja Esquire in the Ombudsman. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Saloon.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, the Office of the Ombudsman, established by Section 2 of Section 146 of the 1991 Constitution of Saloon, and the Office of the Ombudsman get the responsibility for investigates maladministration and injustice na ministries, departments, and agencies, them government, higher education institutions, them member of the Public Service Commission. We receive complaints them from the institutions there. So, well, the Ombudsman is Tijan Ahmed Israel Ja take office January 2024. But before that, in barrister and solicitor, that the High Court of Saloon, we get in call to the bar in 2009, and in starting career as lawyer, na the law firm of Shah Moses and Co. and being later be magistrates na the judiciary, we then be assigned for preside over case them na Freeton, Waterloo, and York Judicial District. And as I mentioned earlier, na a legal practitioner, we don't hold several positions then before we get the appointment as the Ombudsman. Congratulations on your appointment as you get January 2024. And welcome to Good Morning Saloon.
Thank you very much for having me. But actually, I started working January 2024. Okay. But I was appointed, the president appoints me in November 2023.
Okay, take up office officially January 2024 to now. How it don't turn like in relation to the work of the Office of the Ombudsman as I read them out earlier, the introduction.
All right, thank you very much. Before I go into how the office done the like take over, I might just give you a brief history about waiting at the Ombudsman, what they do, so we come on how the Ombudsman's office set up.
Okay.
First of all, the Ombudsman, now a word we come up from Sweden. We they get the word we went from the Swedish word we then call ombud, meaning a public advocate, or the term generally we then say ombudsman, or who can say ombudsman, you also include woman anyways, but then can usually say ombudsman. And ombudsman in law, whenever we say man, you also include a female. Okay, so the term officially mean a government official where they investigate complaint against government or government functionaries. And on that basis, they then can usually describe the ombudsman as a public defender, a watchman over the laws, or the voice of the citizen, or even the citizen, the lawyer. So basically, not that. But before that, remember, say, the war began at this country. And one of the reasons why the war began, according to the TRC report, we get a lot of injustices, maladministration, particularly the public sector and or the civil service. So during the 1991 Constitution, we was passed into law. Then the Constitution creates the office of the Ombudsman. And in section 146, subsection 2 of the Constitution, the law be say the Ombudsman office be created for do, particularly if include the investigation of any action or omission we go be taken by or on behalf of any department or ministry of government, any statutory corporation or institutions of higher learning or education, we then set up entirely or partly out of public funds. and it also include any member of the public service. It say, and now investigation go link to any action where they take or they fail for take in the exercise of the administrative function of now ministry, agency, department, or statutory corporation, or the institution, or the person. So by virtue of that, we get the enabling law, when are the Ombudsman's Act of 1997. And in that act, it clearly set out the mandate of the Office of the Ombudsman. And that is, it say the Office of the Ombudsman, they for receive and investigate complaints of injustice where they caused by what we call maladministration. But later on, I get for tell now, within the law called maladministration, within the law called injustice. So you say you get for investigate any administrative act of a prescribed authority. Now the law be described within a prescribed authority. So like I be saying the preamble or the constitution, prescribed authority includes any ministry, any agency, any department of government, any statutory corporation, any institution of higher learning or education, we set up partly or fully out of government fund. And it also includes the armed forces, the Sierra Leone police force, the correctional services, and fire force. And the Ombudsman will investigate any administrative action or act where they can to if a complaint or somebody can complain to the Ombudsman, say, he don't suffer injustice as a result of the maladministration of all the agencies they were to mention, or the agency and ministries of government. And also, the Ombudsman or my office can investigate any information we can get from any other person or source apart from the complainant themselves.
From the Office of the Ombudsman, what do you want to describe as injustice?
Yeah, that's very important. Now, beside the country. Now, the law defines within constitutes injustice and within constitutes maladministration. No, in our injustice includes hardship, where hardship means severe suffering, where they make somebody go under severe suffering. It also includes detriment. So detriment includes a state where it will cause harm to person, where they make that person suffer physical harm or psychological harm. And it also includes grievance. Now, grievance now, the cause of complaint where somebody feels, say, you vex or you don't take action against that. We believe saying action on that decision don't take a wrong and unfair. And it also includes any treatment where they give a person, if not treatment, what we can call English word inequitable, enough fair at all. We are in the term as injustice. Also, we can then call maladministration. So for the law say maladministration includes biasness or bias. It says so biasness is a situation where the person they experience actual hostility or you get dislike, you hate that person for nothing no more, or you begin showing one unjust attitude. And include unfair discrimination. Discrimination will get, they can say positive discrimination day and negative discrimination. Then you get the unfair discrimination or you failure for explain the grounds or the reason why you take that discrimination then day. Maladministration also mean harshness, where they take one kind cruel treatment against person, or generally high-handedness. And high-handed means you can use your power or your authority in one way against somebody where you not care how we feel, or in this complete disregard for in right or in concern and then thing then they. And also include where they mislead a member of the public about in right, or you deliberately withhold in right from. So if a member of the public, say for example, get rights for what can a certain or you're entitled to certain things, but say na right, you deprive them from access na rights day, or like you get benefits then. Basically, you hide them, benefit them from them. That's also maladministration. Then most importantly, we get where they use your office or your power for wrong purposes. So we get these days now what they call abuse of office. All over the place, especially in the civil service and or the public service. You get abuse of office or they use your office for the wrong purpose. And also like where the maladministration also include where they take where they fail for take or consider relevant materials. So for example, if you want, for example, sack somebody in a working place, you know, take into consideration certain relevant materials or information we go make now possible. If you want gear, for example, if you want dismissal summarily, where if you take the material information or then consideration into the material information then into consideration, you know, go summarily dismissal, you go terminate them, for instance. And most importantly, now where you also the loss or you they fail for reply to letter where they come up from members of the public. You know, people that when they say public service, then become we public servants. So mostly we are rendering services to the citizenry.
Okay, and so from that background, they don't give it in the work of the Ombudsman office, everything I don't do. So you take up office officially inside January this year. Yeah. So how you meet the office of the Ombudsman?
Well, that's a lot. I meet the office of the Ombudsman very dormant because in the space of 1 year, there was no Ombudsman. Secondly, in fact, to have the parliament for me approval. There's so much parliamentarians be so much lambast the office not effective, the office not carry out in job. There are so many things, and because of that, they admonish me for what take up office. I make sure say once more the office is revived, the office gets really begin carry out a mandate. The office is visible. People begin resort to the office for complaint. So all that thing they have, they say they were, I go say, a little bit dormant. So people they're not really hearing much about the Ombudsman's office. So in terms, and of course, when I meet the office back, there was low staff morale, there was lack of equipment, and many things. The usual problems with public offices generally.
So, and then we're talking about the low staff morale, then plenty things they will not in the Ombudsman for let able for carry out the office. As you rightly say, you're gonna parliament and they tell you for do the thing them now the office of the Ombudsman as the place be done dormant. What you been do for second and the more especially the manpower for make the Ombudsman able for do in work proper one.
Now the Ombudsman's office is financed directly from the consolidated fund, and so staff then they pay them. So first of all, I'm very grateful to the Ministry of Finance and particularly the minister. We get a positive outlook on things. And because of the low staff morale, obviously, one thing because I wanted highly motivated staff. Because any salary we get staff, you need for motivate them for making carry out the mandate. So first of all, I go meet complaint of salary and other things. So what I do, I get to talk tete-a-tete with the Minister of Finance and in officials there, and I ensure say then go increase staff salary or they make sure say staff then condition service better. So I did that. Secondly, obviously for make sure say the office is known or visible and we're more accessible to the public, immediately start what we call courtesy visit and sensitization. So now courtesy visit means say I don't begin go to all the ministries, agencies, and departments of government where we mandate cover for establish a collaborative relationship with them. And one of we core values now for establish collaboration and partnership with them people there or them public servants or civil servants that will mandate and cover. So as a matter of fact, I don't begin visit them. And in the visit, not only like I say for establish a cordial relationship, also for make sure say they are aware about the mandate of the Ombudsman. And so whenever complaints of their nature, then they, in fact, in the first visit to them, some of the institution there, I don't tell them say we need a time with the staff of the institution so that we could get a period, an avenue where we could sensitize them about their right for file a complaint whenever they suffer injustice as a result of maladministration. So basically, now that's my first duty. And like I say, we don't come back with a try for one year take office, the strategic plan of the office below expire. So
okay, we'll come back to you. You can tell about the strategic plan they want to don't put now the office of the ombudsman. Well, inside the program now. Now, time for we take break.
When I go take your money and go. Also network problem. What's we go do now?
Go na any Salon Commercial Bank branch, kiosk or sub-agent them, all about na the country. Then get the money service business. You go able to take money where they send for you na MoneyGram, Western Union, Small World, and Ria Money, where they over 150 country them. With the Ria and Small World, this na for we brother and sister there where they oversee. Then ki able send money direct na Salon Commercial Bank accounts. Na Salonia, like they one day we want bill us, or they one day we want kawaka, or for support them family them. Then ki they oversee and put money inside them bank accounts.
How for do all this if I dey Ubayanda?
It easy, me brother. All you for do, now for download the Ria and Small World app them and put your personal information them. Now you that. Member say you forget valid ID card and the correct code where the person send for you for go take you money.
I want send money from your cool upline.
No worry. Salon Commercial Bank column Salon Link, whether the local transfer and Million Salon Commercial Bank money. Where anybody gonna any Salon Commercial Bank branch, just and then stop Salon Commercial Bank agents there. Any sign of the country and tell the teller say you want send money upline. Then go do transaction and give you code where you go send to your uncle, but your uncle forget valid ID card and the code where they give you send and to them so it go take you money. Salon Commercial Bank they look for agents them where they do money transfer for partner with them.
What's are the sub agents?
Sub agents na people that will get business. We want for do money transfer service for Salon Commercial Bank. This service will give you good commission. So go na Salon Commercial Bank and go register or call them na this number here 077-714-792. Then go talk to you fine one.
Salon Commercial Bank, delivering value. When I go take your money and go.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue and we still get the ombudsman na the studio we na Mr. Ja Esquire. He talk about the work of the office of the ombudsman. Before we go for that break, we talk about a strategic plan. Take we through a strategic plan we don't develop as we for make this office vibrant.
Yes. Okay. Before I talk something about the strategic plan, I might just say something about we mandate quick. Now, we almost talk about the fact say ombudsman is empowered by law for whenever there is complaint of maladministration, for more go and investigate. And before investigation, we can use other means. We include mediation, negotiation, reconciliation, and other means that were necessary, effective, and proper. And let me say this. We are very fortunate right now in the Office of the Ombudsman because we mandate align with one of the manifesto promises of HE, His Excellency the President. That is transforming or revamping the public service architecture. Now, in this manifesto promise, the government aims for recruit or attract and retain the best brains or best talent inside the public service and or the civil service. And, you know, because we are aware and we get information that there seems to be endemic maladministration or injustices in the public sector or public service, it is highly unlikely for attract crime professionals into the public service and or the civil service. When they don't say they don't get grievance redress mechanism, they don't get place for go if they seize the advantage by them, they don't get side for go if they go now work where they don't say somebody go wake up one day and suddenly sack their arbitrarily, or at the end of the day, they're not entitled to end of service benefits and the like. So the Office of the Ombudsman is strategically placed now for help government for fulfill that manifesto promise, particularly with the fact say, now if the government intends for attract and retain in the public service and or the civil service professionals and people who have the best talents there, at the end of the day, when they know say they have been treated unfairly or they don't suffer injustice in whatever shape or form, at least they know say there is an institution then get some side where then go file a complaint against that MDA or that statutory corporation and so on and so forth. So you don't. In fact, these are the more reason why I believe say as one of the foremost institution we need more financing, more funding.
Yes.
From government because of the mandate to carry out.
When they look at the mandate they carry out, it seems to get a very big role for play in our society. As you have mentioned, a lot of maladministration complaints and the issue of injustice. But we can look at case after case or major cases them of maladministration of recent within the Ombudsman don't do about cases like that. The program like Good Morning Salon, we they go for we they look at more issues. We go with the Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jule Jallo inside the Africa Union high-level roundtable meeting with the team addressing malnutrition, catalyzing Africa's restoration through enhanced multi-sectoral investment. Talk about the progress we say Salon don't make for the fight against malnutrition. We, according to Ram, as part of the commitment for reduce the way under 5 picking in the die, make government don't set special fund for deal with malnutrition in the country. For more on this, we join you in Okabia.
But 55 African countries then become together and form the African Union, where some panel work now for promote unity and solidarity of African countries them, defend state sovereignty, eradicate colonialism, promote international cooperation and plenty other things for the development of Africa. And Salon, now member na the African Union, also they don't take part by different things for push African development go before. Salon we take part by the 37 African Union Ordinary Summit na Ethiopia, we been start February 15 and done February 18 this year. Also, the Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jule Jallo be lead the delegation as Ngo represents the President Julius Maada Bio at this summit with the theme Educate an African fit for the 21st century, building resilient education system for increased access to inclusive lifelong, quality and relevant learning in Africa. During this summit, the Vice President will take part by the African Union high-level roundtable meeting with the theme Addressing Malnutrition, Catalyzing Africans' Transformation through Enhanced Multi-Sectoral Investments. Also, the Vice President been talk on different progress them, where Salon don't make per malnutrition and self-talk about the different thing them, where the country don't put in place for CCA, they address malnutrition at the country. The Vice President continue say, Salon don't make progress where in camp and breastfeeding. As he say, picking them from 0 to 5 months, don't they get proper breastfeeding. Stunting self now where the Vice President say, the country don't make progress per where volunteer according to the Vice President. And the kind of leadership where the country gets and say governments don't spend plenty couple on the health sector. For say the country reach the state where in this so where in camp well body business. Dr. Jallo say one progress where the country don't make. Now the budget line where the country don't create for nutrition and save the multi-sectoral information strategy and digital dashboard where they be introduced inside 2023, where this go inform government and guide different policy decision and action on how for address malnutrition in the country. For Seka online we make the African Development Bank during this roundtable meeting. We tell thank you to Salon for the progress where the country don't make. But the fight against malnutrition in the country. The Vice President Bisemoiso presents 2 reports them on behalf of the President. Also, he presents reports to the 24th C10 Summit on the United Nations Security Council and serve to the 33 Summit of the African Peer Review Forum of Heads of State and Government. Now the 37 Ordinary Session of the Assembly of Heads of State of the African Union. During the presentation, the Vice President been talk about the team where the President Julius Maada Bio be able to do on in leadership. As chairman for the African Peer Review Forum of Heads of States and Governments. Member them na this forum be tell thank you to the President Julius Maada Bio for the kind leadership we be give to them during in term as chairman for this forum. And then be later adopt this report for Radio Democracy, Kabia the report.
The program now Good Morning Salon we come to you from 98.1 FM. We get Ishmael Jah inside the program. We talk about the Ombudsman, we talk about the work of the Ombudsman and 2 key words at play here in the fight against maladministration and injustice. Let me take the issue of maladministration. You say when you go to parliaments, parliamentarians then tell you, say, the office quite on the fight against maladministration. But let me take the particular parliament for an example, where the issue of maladministration, they over the head of the clerk of parliament, where according to reports, he put in woman na office, we know the work body receive salary from the consolidated fund. That's not a clear case of maladministration, and it happened under your tenure. What do you do as an ombudsman from the parliament, we particularly been called on you for be active as ombudsman for fight against maladministration in the country?
All right. You know, I explained exactly what maladministration mean. Okay, the fact that the clerk be allegedly or then say he recruits in welfare in a parliament for work in a parliament.
Yes.
No, wait, Makam.
Yes, but we get the ACC boss we confirm say the clerk of parliament don't pay some money to the consolidated fund. Yes, say in
nobody go work.
Nobody go work, but name them at the list.
Yes, in nobody go work. So they are not to maladministration according to we law.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the staff?